Um, the I have no segue for this, but in the Israeli Palestinian conflict is nothing new. Um,
But it's kind of it to me. It's the kind of the barometer of when shit is going to really start to percolate. Like when
when
it
it gets
gets
volatile,
when the Middle East when the Palestinians and the Israelis when it starts, because my wife and I were like, my wife wants to go to Jerusalem, and I've been, and she's like, that's someplace I really want to go on this on this earth before I die. And we always so we keep a very close look on the Israeli situation. Well, right now would not, if you were playing Stratego, there's way too many bombs out there, so it's like, no, I'm not. We're not going to go. But this is the first time, right? When you and I were talking about this,
yeah.
that we were, that there was an actual news clip of the conflict, and it's usually, a couple of Israeli soldiers, and there's on this other side of some burning tires, there's some young Palestinian kids, and they're throwing rocks, and maybe occasionally a Molotov cocktail. Where this time they were in like a wedge formation with three armored vehicles, and they're moving at a decent clip. They're not crawling, and they're they're being hit with rocks and an occasional Molotov cocktail. But if you've ever been in any situation, whether, and I've never been in real combat, but I've been in simulated combat through training, and there are distinct sounds that belt-fed automatic weapons make. And when you have three of the same weapons firing at the same time, even though the belts are being fed, not it's not a simultaneous, they're not being simultaneously fired, but the sound is basically it's being reproduced. You know, it's like if you had if it was a marching band and they've got the big giant bass drum, and they're banging that drum. Those three drums don't need to be hit simultaneously for you to know that those three drums are being hit.
Right.
And that's the same thing with these automatic weapons that are they're saying that they're being fired upon, and all I can hear is the Israeli uh, automatic weapons being fired, and I'm like, this is the first time in my life I've ever seen this kind of aggression uh, clearly displayed against the Palestinians. And we have this, and then we have like, I still can't believe the guy from the Wagner group's alive.
We think.
Well, we guess,
Yeah.
um, but I bet he's got a Kobe Bryant jersey on right now,
Well, the
and
comparisons between him.
yeah, him and Kobe.
He probably bailed. Do you think he's still hanging out in Belarus?
I would.
He's on a fucking train to Paris.
That's a hell of a place to go to. It's a, It used to be in the old days. It'd be, oh yeah, Paris. Yeah, all you got to do is, you know
Lay down for
yeah, they'll lay,
Adolf. Yeah.
yeah, they'll put up the white flag in 20 seconds. Well, I'll tell you what, man. It seems to me like they'll riot at a drop of a hat. And I said, I said it earlier when we were talking. I said that
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a scrum to see who lights that Olympic torch.
And with what?
Exactly. Molotov cocktail. Like,
Flamethrower.
and that's not funny, man. But Paris Paris ain't your mama's Paris.
Paris is burning. Well, it is time for the stiff one of the week.